Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Friday, November 6th, 2020. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief. Pet Valu, a nationwide pet retailer based in Wayne, Pennsylvania, with locations in Anne Arundel County, they've got them at Annapolis, Edgewater, Pasadena, and Gambrills, announced that they are going to begin closing all of their 300 stores immediately. They did blame a severe impact from COVID-19, and in a statement, Jamie Gould, who is the company's restructuring officer, said, "After a thorough review of all available alternatives, we made the difficult but necessary decision to commence this orderly wind down." Now, Pet Valu will be joining plenty of other businesses in the area that have closed since this pandemic started. In Annapolis alone, we've seen Nordstrom's, Brooks Brothers, Macaroni Grill, Modell Sporting Goods, Wren Bridal, Sakura, The Green Turtle, that has reopened as Smashing Grapes, Union Jack's, Rodizio Brazilian Steakhouse, City Dock Coffee, Sunset Restaurant up in Glen Burnie, Ah Coffee, Zoo Coffee, Regal Cinemas up in Gambrills, Enchanted Art and Soul Comfort in the Harbor Center. They'll be closing at year's end. Paladar, Great Gatherings, 24-Hour Fitness, and Baja Fresh have all closed since the pandemic started. And speaking of the pandemic, yesterday afternoon, Governor Larry Hogan rang a warning bell. He was very succinct about it. He provided a detailed update on the COVID situation and said, "However, I cannot stress strongly enough that we cannot afford to let our guard down. The weeks and months ahead will be difficult, and our collective actions will determine whether we can continue safely on this road to recovery." You can watch his entire conference over on eyeonannapolis.net. You just want to look for the latest update there. And in his remarks, he did emphasize that counties do have the ability to be more restrictive if they feel the need, and he did say that he would support that 100%. That's a little bit of a backtrack from his position prior when he was encouraging the counties to keep up with the state's reopening plans. But the governor didn't mince any words when he told everybody exactly what needed to be done.
Wearing masks continues to be the single best mitigation strategy we have to fight this virus. It is the best way to keep you and your family members safe, to keep people out of the hospital, save lives, and to keep Maryland open for business. I mean, it's that simple. It's not that hard. Just wear the damn masks.
Seems pretty clear to me. Citing the county's rising COVID-19 7-day average case incident rate, the Anne Arundel County Board of Education has elected to pull out of the hybrid reopening plan until the start of the second semester in February. When they first announced that early yesterday morning, they initially were going to go forward with small group in-person education at Cat North and the 3 developmental schools, but they did back off of that a little bit later yesterday afternoon, along with indoor sports. Now, outdoor sports are still going to continue, as well as outdoor extracurricular activities. The Anne Arundel County Department of Health has closed Champ's Pizza on Furnace Branch Road in Glen Burnie due to their inability to follow COVID-19 safety precautions. On October 30th, they responded to a customer complaint saying that the business was operating in an unsafe manner and employees were not wearing face coverings. When they went in, they did find that the employees were improperly wearing face coverings. They were issued an order of immediate compliance, which is just a warning. It doesn't include a fine. And they went back to re-inspect on November 2nd and found the employees still didn't have the face coverings. On November 3rd, the Department of Health did order them to close until they can resolve that. They will remain closed until the business submits a plan of action addressing how it will operate in a safe manner. At that point, the health department will come back in, re-inspect, and they go from there. Now, I believe this is only the second business that the county health department has closed down. A couple months ago, they did shut down the Amish market for a few days. Over in College Park, the University of Maryland has said they are going to be switching to mostly online courses at College Park following the Thanksgiving break due to, you guessed it, COVID-19. President Darrell Pines said in a letter to students that if you elect to travel away from campus for the Thanksgiving holiday, you should plan to remain away for the duration of the semester. and students who choose to remain in the residence hall for Thanksgiving may stay until the conclusion of the first semester. The university is going to be offering campus-wide COVID-19 testing the week before Thanksgiving and will resume regular on-campus testing after the break. And finally, meanwhile, at Navy, due to an outbreak of COVID-19 on the football team after their last game against SMU, this Saturday's game against Tulsa has been what they're calling postponed. Actually, the schedules do not look like Navy and Tulsa will be able to meet this year for a redo. And with the quarantine that should be in place, it really puts the Memphis game next weekend in jeopardy. COVID is an issue all throughout college sports. Yesterday, Air Force announced that they were canceling their football game against Army, which is a huge game. So I don't know where that puts us in the Army-Navy game. And I really don't know what's going to happen with Navy football for the rest of the season. All right, that does wrap it up for us today. Please make sure you're checking out eyeonannapolis.net throughout the day for updates to these stories and more. If you're someplace you can leave us a rating or a review, please do that. And make sure your friends, family, and colleagues all know to get a hold of us. It is Friday, so we do have a short list of things you may want to consider doing this weekend. And as we have always, George Young is standing by with your local DCMDVA weather forecast. All of that after this brief message from Solar Energy Services.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services, with your Clean Energy Minute. Does your home experience power outages? Or maybe you're concerned about energy resilience in general? If so, that's another great reason to consider clean, quiet solar-powered energy with battery backup. You may have heard residential solar adoption has rapidly increased during the pandemic for multiple reasons, and many homeowners, like yourself, are adding battery backup and electric vehicle charging to their solar projects. And with Maryland's residential energy storage income tax credit, along with the federal tax credit for batteries when paired with solar, the economics are quite compelling, and that secure feeling is even better. So whether you're looking for clean energy, energy resilience, or overall peace of mind with solar energy, we can help. To schedule a free solar design, call us today at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net. But hurry, sunshine's a-wasting.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Friday, November 6th. Yesterday was beautiful out across the Annapolis region with sunny skies and temps in the mid to upper 60s, and today through the weekend and into early next week will bring more of the same with continued sunshine, dry conditions, and warm temps in the mid 60s to lower 70s in spots each day with AM lows generally in the 40s and 50s, though there could be a bit of AM fog over the next several days, much like we had a couple of weeks ago, as high pressure will dominate the eastern U.S., keeping overall winds fairly light for the next several days. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great weekend out there. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching DCMDVA Weather in the Apple or Google App Stores, and also follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and use our website each day at DCMDVAweather.com so you can always stay weather informed.
Another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt of the Kristi Neidhardt Team from Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster company.
Life is a series of moves, from new beginnings to new opportunities to a new place to call home. Hi, I'm Kristi Neidhardt, and as your goals and dreams change, my team and I will be there with you and for you, making buying or selling a home an easy, safe process. Whether you are looking to relocate, downsize, or find the home of your dreams, you can trust the Kristi Neidhardt Team with our years of expertise to find exactly what you are looking for.
That's another moving minute from Kristi Neidhardt. To get in touch, call 410-295-6579 or visit kn-team.com. That's kn-team.com.
There's always something going on over the weekend in the area, and we're here to narrow it down with our top picks for this weekend. Oh, and be sure you're signed up for the Eye on Annapolis weekly events newsletter. It's free and comes to you every Friday at 12:30 p.m. There's a sign-up link at the top of every page at eyeonannapolis.net.
After this week, I suspect you're as ready for this weekend as much as I am. Let's get right into it. It started yesterday. It goes through Sunday. It is a way to get rid of your gross, ugly, fly-infested pumpkin over at Truxton Park. Annapolis Green has partnered with the city of Annapolis to compost your pumpkin, which is really cool. It's part of their Here We Grow program. And how it works is you bring your pumpkins or your pumpkin guts to bins that have already been set up on Truxton Park Road in Truxton Park. It's near the skateboard area if you know the area. There will be directional signs. Just pour them into the bins and you're done, knowing that you've done a little bit good for the environment. I love that Annapolis Green takes all these crazy initiatives and they're always doing something to make us a little bit more environmentally friendly. So good job to Lynn and Elbia. If you want to get lost in the world of Harry Potter, this is your last weekend to do it. I'm not talking about movies. I'm talking about a corn maze up in Gambrels. It is 8 acres. It costs you about $12 to get in. It is a lot of fun. You can go daytime or evening. It's open from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. right in the heart of Gambrels on Route 175. Now on Saturday from 10 to 4, this is where I'm going to be at some point during that time because I'm going to get a head start on my holiday shopping at Local by Design at the Gallery. This is up in the Design District of Annapolis at 1818 Margaret Avenue. And if you're familiar with Local by Design, either in the mall or down on Main Street in Annapolis, you know the kind of stuff they have. Well, this is very similar to what they have, but not quite as knick-knacky. I don't know whether that's the right word or not. Plenty of great gifts to find. It is our Artisans Market Holiday Show. They do this every year. Furniture, art, home decor, and lots of holiday gift items. 10 to 4 Saturday, 1818 Margaret Avenue. And finally, on Sunday, Annapolis sailor and new author Dave Gendell will be at the Boatyard Bar and Grill from 3 to 4:30. This is, again, Sunday, November 8th, and he's there to sell and sign copies of his new book, The Thomas Point Shoal Lighthouse, a Chesapeake Bay Icon. This is the first ever book written about the historic lighthouse, and Dave is going to be donating a portion of his proceeds to lighthouse preservation efforts. He will be set up at a table outside of the Boatyard Bar and Grill. We'll be all socially distant. COVID protocols will be in place. So go down, have a pint, grab one of their great burgers, and pick up a book and do some good for the Thomas Point Shoal Lighthouse. You may know Dave because he went a little bit viral a couple weeks ago when he was out there with Jimmy Buffett at the lighthouse. And if you missed it, you want to check out the bonus podcast we did with Dave. Actually, that lighthouse is really fascinating. I blew through the book very quickly, and I can't wait to get back out there again and see it in person. So there you go. As always, have fun, stay safe, enjoy your weekend, and we'll be back here on Monday.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.